Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the front rotors on a four-wheel drive Toyota. This one in particular, a 3.4 liter four-wheel drive 4Runner. I'll show you the basics on how to do it, and it's actually a really easy job. Enjoy. Alright, we got the 4Runner here. We're about to jack it up and put it on jack stands and pull the wheels off. Alright, we got the vehicle supported on jack stands. We're going to go ahead and take the wheel off. 21 millimeter on most Toyotas. Oh, we're going to take the center cap off first. And now that the center cap's off, we can go ahead and take the wheel off. These are on here good. I think we're going to have to lower this down and start them by hand. Alright, we are back at it. I went ahead and I started them by hand. Now we can take them off completely. Now that all the lug nuts are off, the tire is going to come right off. We got our brakes. One thing I am going to do now is I'm going to jack up the other side and support it on jack stands so I can turn both wheels. Yeah. I got the front on stands, and here's what we're dealing with, the front brakes. First thing that we're going to do is, there's a pin on the bottom and a pin on the top. What you're going to want to do is take these two pins out. In order to do that, there's a little spring that runs right along here on this side of the brake caliper. So we're going to take that off. A pair of pliers, hold that right out. Same thing on the bottom. And then it comes out. And here's what it looks like. Now with that safety pin out, I call it a safety pin because it keeps the pins from falling out. These pins, with a little bit of force, should come out. Usually I grab some pliers now, and that comes out. Came out pretty quick. So now that that pin's out, I zoomed in a little bit so you guys can see this piece of brake hardware comes with it. So now we're going to take the bottom pin out, and then both slide out. Easy as that. Then this piece just comes with it. Now the brake pads just simply slide out. There's one. And there's two. Cool. Easy as that. One thing that I noticed now that we had these pads out is that these are factory Toyota pads. These pads are $100. We have some good life left on those pads. I did take the pads over and show it to my neighbor and asked him, do you want me to put these back in? And he said, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just change the rotors out for him, re-grease the pads and the pins, and we should be good to go. Alright, got a little sandpaper on these pads. They look great. Ready to go back in. I'm going to put a little grease on the back of the pad. Alright, do a little grease on the back of here. Bam. We're also going to put some grease on these pins. I went ahead and sanded them down. Alright, we got our pins ready. Right here and right here. Ready to go back in. Don't forget this piece, brake hardware. This just slides in like that. Then you're ready to push your pin through. Just like that. Perfect. There's one. Get this in place. Gotta kind of fight it a little bit. pull that pad back. There it goes. Perfect. Slides right in, just like it should. This is held in place now. Don't forget our safety pin, I like to call it. Usually I put this in first, just like that. But now that's in. Make sure those pins won't slide out. And we are looking good. That's back in place. Safety pin's back in. Both pins are in, and this brake hardware looks all good. So we're going to go ahead and take this caliper off now and change out the rotor. Alright, I don't know how well you can see it, but before we take the brake caliper off, there's this 12mm bolt in the ABS electrical. So we got to take off that right there, just unclips. And then this 12mm just comes out. And basically this gives a less tension on the brake hose and that ABS wire. So now that's all out of the way. What I'm going to do is there's a 17mm bolt right here for the caliper and one more on the bottom of the caliper as well. So we're going to go ahead and take that off. Oh man, hopefully I have enough room to get it with my gun. And I do. There's the top one. Now I'm going to get the bottom one. Alright. Now I'm threading out the bottom caliper bolt. Right there. Alright. Now the caliper is just going to be lifted off of it. Hold that right there. Now basically, you need to try and find a spot to put this. Usually I put them right there on top, just so they don't hang. Now this brake rotor, don't have to do anything further. The brake rotor then just comes off. And the brake rotor is just going to be set on the ground for now. And that's the hub. Whoops. That's the hub right there. Brake rotor on the ground. I got the caliper sitting right there. Good to go. Now we're ready to put the new rotor on. Spend a little bit more money on these brake rotors. I think it's important. Don't buy the cheap ones. And they are the same. Perfect. The one thing you want to do when you get a brake rotor before you put it on, spray the rear with brake clean, also the front. There's a protective coating on these rotors that keeps it from rusting. Just like that. Alright, now that we have our new rotor on, I'm going to go ahead and put the caliper back on. There it is. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and zap these down. We're going to go ahead and put this bracket back on. Forget about our ABS wire. Click, right back in. Cool. These two are tight. Our hardware for our brake caliper back in. Our safety pin. Just kind of doing a double check on everything to make sure that we're good. And that was pretty easy. All we're going to do now is put the wheel back on and we're going to reverse the process on the other side. Let's do it. Passenger side all done. Easy as that. Let's put the wheels on and take it for a drive. I just got the job done, test drove the vehicle, and there's no more shaking in the steering wheel for the front brakes. So we took care of it and saved the customer a little bit of money too. Thanks for watching, guys.